Welcome to Maths to Infinity. In today's class, we are going to discuss about arithmetic progression. Why to learn this chapter? So this chapter helps you to determine the future amount, and you can easily predict the far future amount by calculating the nth term of the arithmetic progression series. And you can also find the number of installments you should pay in the future as a payable amount. So this arithmetic progression is really helpful in real time. Arithmetic progression is a list of number in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding number except for the first term. Let me explain this definition with an example. If you take 20, 40, 60 and so on as the example. In this 40 is obtained by adding a term 20 to its preceding term, right? The 60 is obtained by adding a fixed number 20 to its preceding term. And you can take like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 also as the example. This arithmetic progression in this, the 4 is obtained by adding plus 2 to its preceding term. The 6 is obtained by adding plus 2 to its preceding term, which is 4, right? And you can also say like, like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 also. In this, like each term is obtained by adding a fixed number, 10,000, right? Yeah. Just a second. So fixed number is otherwise known as common difference. D is equal to A2 minus A1. So here, a common difference is denoted by the alphabet small d. Let me explain this with an example. So you take 10, 20, 30, 40 as the arithmetic progression series. If you are finding the common difference for this series, the answer is going to be 20 minus 10. Here the 10 is A1, this one is A2, this one is A3, this one is A4. You can take, it is not compulsory to take the A2 and A1 alone. You can take any two consecutive terms. Just write that term and subtract it by its preceding term. You'll be able to find the answer. Yeah, in this, it is A4 minus A3, right? And this is the general form of an AP. All the arithmetic progression falls in this category. Because if you're, let me take this as an example. So in this, the A is 2. A is nothing but the initial term, the very first term. D is, you take any two terms. You can take the 8 and 6 also. If you subtract it, you'll be getting the answer is 2. So in this, let me check whether this follows this general form or not. So A is going to be 2 and A plus D is going to be 2 plus 2. A plus 2D is 2 times of 2 into 2 plus A plus 3D is 2 times of 3 into 2. Right. I mean, I have to come out here. Yeah, so it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So I can say this expression follows the arithmetic progression. So these are the basics of it. Very important formula. An is called the general term of the arithmetic progression, which is otherwise known as the last term. So L is equal to A plus N minus 1 into 2. You can write the formula like this also. Here the D is common difference. The N is number of terms present in the arithmetic progression series. And this 1 is constant. The L is the last term, otherwise known as general term of the AP. Yeah. So now we're going to solve a few problems based on this formula. Just a second, I'm not able to click it. So rupees 1,000 is invested at 8% simple interest per year. Find the interest at the rate, end of 30 years. So here, the P is 1,000 and R is 8. And we're going to find the interest rate at the end of 30 years. So what you have to do, you have to calculate the simple interest for each and every year, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on up to 30. right? So you will be performing the same calculation over and over again for 30 times, which is really, really time consuming and boring. So you can utilize this arithmetic progression formula to save time for calculating the interest rate at the end of 30 years. So if you do that, it's going to be PNR by 100. I know like you are familiar with this PNR by 100 formula. So P is principal amount, which is 1000, and N is the number of year. If you're calculating it for the first year, you have to assume the N is 1 and R is 8 upon 100. So now you can simplify this. You'll be getting the answer as 80 for the first year. And for the second year, again, you have to utilize the same formula, just replace N as 2. And if you simplify this, you'll be getting the answer as 160. Right. So here we found the information for the first year and the second year. So if you keep on doing the same calculation for 30 times, it is really, really time consuming. So I'm going to utilize these 2 years information, 80 and 160 and so on. And I'm going to apply the AN formula, which is AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. So the value of AN is unknown. That's what we are going to find. And the value of A is 80 plus N minus 1. N is 30 minus 1 into D. So how will you find D? D is equal to A2 minus A1, which is 160 minus 80. So that's going to be 80. So it's 80. It's 80 plus 29 times 80. So that is 80, just a second, plus 2320, which gives you 2400 as the answer. So that's your result. So with help of ₹1000 investment, you'll be able to find, not with help of ₹1000 investment, with help of this formula, you'll be able to find the interest at the end of the 30 years without calculating the same calculation for 30 times. You can save time with help of this AN formula. Thank you so much for watching my video.